of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now Jackson on second down. Escaping, and right away he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Duke Johnson deep for Cleveland. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
There certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gone! Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Mayfield. Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Lucky 56.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Fancy footwork at the 45. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Browns getting set to go. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island. Leopard!
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On first down, Murray. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Jackson. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
A first down carry for Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The pitch to Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield found his target. It's Anderson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Mayfield now on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Working out of the gun. Mayfield flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
3 down, 3 down. Check 48 to the mic. Check 48 to the mic. Let's go. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Gun.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Detroit! Hot!
Second down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. He was looking for Landry that time.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He juked him. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They pitch it out to Murray. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are in for 6.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. Chargers have scored again, so they are really opening it up. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. They begin with Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Landry the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. throwing. Mayfield going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Mayfield to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney!
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got that one complete to Darbo. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Robbie Anderson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Well, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. second half begins with a run by Henry.
Oh, that's
what an effort. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Henry, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield now from the 50. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They run with Murray, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Detroit!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Then he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And that'll be taken just outside the 40. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it again with Henry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's complete to Golden Tate, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at a third and goal here. They'll try and run. Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Henry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The Browns on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Murray. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. J.J. Watt busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Jackson. And Tate's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, Couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Browns defense stands tall. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Derrick Henry. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. Now and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will stop right around the 25. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. 23 yards on the play. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Tucker now for the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. This from long, very long range. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.